my darlings, and welcome to another little broadcast session with me and maybe Matslot here. So, today we are going to be exploring the new seasonal event and maybe do the Pick the Monster quests, see if we can get through those. If I do anything else afterwards, then I will, but that's the main focus for today. Let's see if we are actually up and broadcasting, shall we? Let's see. Has my phone should tell me if I have a message saying, yep, I am live on my channel. Good. There we go. And without further ado, let us set off and do what we need to do. Feel that balmy breeze in the air, friend. Another lovely summer is upon us, and that means it's time to celebrate the Moonfire Fair. Should you have any questions as to how to enjoy the festivities, you need only say the word. What is the Moonfire Fair? Several years ago, the Adventurers Guild formed the Cascadeers to combat an invasion of rampage Lombards. The Moonfire Fair was first held to attract new members to the cause. It proved so popular that it has been held annually ever since. Whether the bombards appear or not, they help spread word of the guild's activities and generate interest among potential new recruits. In charge of the things is the Grand Chaperone, Haremaga. He has decided to have all members of the Adventurers Guild demonstrate their courage and physical prowess to fairgoers through a series of challenges in Costa del Sol. The event is being held as we speak, courtesy of the ever-generous Master Gagadu. Your participation will be most appreciated. What is the Eorzean Nimble Warrior course? The Eorzean Nimble Warrior course offers adventurers unparalleled challenge and excitement. This year you may freely choose from two courses, one that demands leaps of utmost precision and one that will put your skills of evasion to the test. Why not have a crack at it, make some memories of your own? You have my word that even seasoned adventurers will find plenty to be thrilled about. Mayara Moyaru is scouring the Aft Castle for any sun-beaten souls who might have not heard about this year's Moonfire Fair. Fire Red Beast a Pokemon reference. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I spy a familiar face who looks like she could do with some proper summer recreation? That's right, the sun's rays are out in full force, and so is our beloved Moonfire Fair. These days, the event doubles as free promotion for the Adventurers Guild, you know? The brave and the bold show off their heroics, and afterwards, the fair guests flock to the guild in droves to hire them. But the real star of the show is the acclaimed Eorzean Nimble Warrior course, bringing in hundreds upon hundreds of new challengers. At any rate, we could really use more help out there, so if perchance I've piqued your interest, I suggest we ship out to Costa del Sol and speak to our chief chaperone, Haremaga. The Moonfire Fair is ever short of hands, so if you happen to be idle at the moment, we'd love to have you in Costa del Sol. Okie dokie, let us go. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Whoosh. Kaboom! Here you go. Inflated monsters that bob about with a plum. A festive addition to any Moonfire Fair celebration.
Elita! Now there's a sight for sore eyes. Did my Moro send you here to lend a hand? This year the event is shaping up to be a thrill for visitors and staff alike. Allow me to give you a brief outline of what we have planned. In the case of the screaming and splashing having given it way, we brought back the Eorzi and Nimble Warrior course with all of its explosive challenges. And if the summer sun gets to be much, grant yourself a refreshing reprieve by enjoying an icy treat or playing with the polar bears. Even better, this year we've added a little far eastern flair with these hand fans. They're called Uchiwa, and they drive away evil spirits, or so I'm told. To ensure their authenticity, we hired an expert in the art of the festival, a little Namazu fellow, to craft us 100 crates of them. And what colour could be more fitting for a moonfire than bright blazing red? Seeing as the origins of the event can be traced back to the bombard hunts of years past, I say Uchiwa are a perfect fit for the spirit of the occasion, and judging from the sizable crowd, I'm far from the only one. The downside, of course, is that we presently find ourselves quite ill-equipped to manage a turnout of this magnitude. Personally, I'd like to bolster our security circle if I can. As it stands, none of us will be able to leave our post in the event of a serious emergency, so, given the fortuitous timing of your arrival, could I ask you to... Monster! Ah! Did she say monster? Damn it all, the people are starting to panic! Please, Elita, you've got to help us. I'll stay here and try to keep the crowd calm. You head north and find the monster. That scream sounded like it came from somewhere north of here. If there is a monster, I need you to handle it. Fine, off I go.
The monster was just here, I swear it! It was leering at me from behind that rock, making these off-kilter little motions. Then it ran off to the east. I thought for certain it would come over here and... Oh, I feel faint. I need to go lie down.
Damn, I didn't stand a chance against that thing. You should have seen it. I was minding my own business out here, practicing my steps, when suddenly that thing showed up out of nowhere to challenge me to a dance-off. Then after it utterly trounced me, it raced off again. Would that I could tell you where, or even which direction, although come to think of it, I believe I saw something fall from its body. Well, it doesn't much matter to me anymore. I can hear summer's call, and it must be heeded. To the ocean with me. Whatever fell off that thing, you'll find it lying over there, if you think it will help your search. Ah, there she is. Glad as ever to see you again, Elita. America told us you might be in need of urgent assistance, so here we are.
We've heard reports of a green monster running amok. Have you learned aught in the way of a clue? It dropped something, did it? Looks to be a needle by my reckoning. A cactus?
An inebriated weaver!
It's obvious we're dealing with a cactus. Cactus in Dawntrail of all places. Surely they would struggle to survive so far removed from their native habitat of Thanalan.
I am so sorry about this.
Madam Memja, if I'm not mistaken, was it not Master Gegtru himself who invited you out to Costa del Sol? Yes, I travelled all the way from Olda at the summons of my friend Gedgeru. Naturally, I couldn't bear the thought of my dear pets missing out on the fun and festivities, so I brought them along with me. Not for a moment did I think they would act out like this. You have my deepest apologies. They were perfect angels when we stopped to see Gegejuru. We even gave them treats. But the moment I stepped away for a drink, they went mad and poor Gegejuru couldn't rein them in. By the time I got back, they were gone. I swear to you, this has never happened before. Well, that would certainly explain how a cactus ended up in Lenosha. Regardless, if your pets pose a danger to the fairgoers, we may have to subdue them by force. No, please! I've raised them since they were pups. They've never hurt a fly. I don't fancy the prospect myself, but what other option is there? Given that the Moonfire Fair would have no venue were it not for Master Gegejuru, I'd obviously prefer if we didn't upset a dear friend of his.
Yes, termination should be a last resort. Let us first attempt to capture them.
A sensible plan. Should things turn violent, it would only frighten the attendees. This calls for a more subtle approach. Just the three of us, perhaps.
Indeed, I would see the situation sorted swiftly, and we might return to the fair. If we work quickly, we may manage to find it before it escapes the bounds of Costa del Sol. Thus, I propose we split up. Elita, my friend, will you search the west side of the island?
Of course. Leave it to me. They're gone! They're gone! They're gone! My babies are gone!
Worry not, my friend. I have this area well in hand. You should take your search westward.
Where could it have gone? You think a cavorted cactus would be hard to miss here in Lenosha?
What in the world? What's wrong with the little guy's head? Did you find something? It appears you did, but how are we going to capture it? I've never seen a cactuar look so dangerous. Is it just me, or is it radiating an aura of pure malice? I've never seen the poor thing like this either. Come to think of it, Gagedru told me it seemed as though they were possessed. Are they drunk? In that case, perhaps the aura is an evil spirit. If only we could purify it somehow. Perhaps an Uchiwa would help. Of course! In the Far East they use Uchiwa to ward off evil spirits, right? Maybe our festival plans would work. In that case, allow me to do the honors. Evil spirit be gone! Uchiwa shoi! Yes! Well, that was easy. Shall we head back for drinks? Terribly sorry to interject, but I think there's been a misunderstanding. That's only one of my dear cactors. I'm still missing the other 6. I do appreciate your finding cacti, of course, but I'm worried about Cactilo, and Cactina, and Cacticifer, and... Wait, so when you said pets, you brought 7 cactors to Lemosha? It is concerning, then, that we scoured every inch of the island and only found one. It appears we'll have to take our search to the mainland. Very well, let us take up our Uchiwa and find these cactors, that we might ease them of their torment. Woo. 6 more, Oh, I'm glad to have Cacti back, and Hail of mine to boot. Those fans are sure to work their magic on the rest of my dearies. Moonfair Fair Chaperone, beautiful, is prepared to help you track down half a dozen wayward cactors. I take it you're ready to begin? In that case, let us review our objective. First, we must seek out these cactors. As soon as one is located, placate it with a gust from your Uchiwa, then bring it back here. You, my friend, are in charge of searching the southwestern cliffside. Please go and find the rest of my dearies. I'll stay here and keep a firm eye on Cacti. You have my word. Here in Castle Hill, where eagles out for the annual summer sale sensation that is the Moonfire Fair,
I know it may seem a tad overwhelming, but worry not, for I will tell you all that you wish to know.
I already learned all that from the other one.
The character is dancing like a plant possessed, but fetching Uchiwa Shoi should do the trick. The character appears to have snapped out of it, whatever it may have been. Eager for your company, it walks right up to you, allowing you to grab it. The character is dancing like a plant possessed. The character appears to have snapped out of it, whatever it may have been. Eager for your company, it walks right up to you, allowing you to grab it. You've all done such a great job bringing my dearies back safe and sound.
I only pray we manage to find them all.
Welcome back. I don't suppose you found any cactus. Mimicha's beloved pet has regained its composure thanks to a well-timed fan gust. Camp cactus. And that brings us to 7. Excellent, we're done. And now that that's over with, I think I'll grab myself a drink and find a nice vantage point, preferably somewhere in the shade. Oh, take me with you! I've been dying for a drink.
At last, the crisis is well and truly averted. Now I can return my focus to what matters most, ensuring a spectacular time is had by all. Seeing as Her Mega still needs a status report, could I ask you to see to that? With those pesky cactos back under control, it's time I liven things up around here. Would you be so kind as to relay the glad tidings to Her Mega? Welcome back, Elita. It seems you had the cactor crisis well in hand. You've done your part to keep the peace, and for that I thank you. Now, what's this I hear about a malicious aura? Effigy of the Uchiwa aside, I'd rather like to get to the bottom of this, lest we suffer the same problem next year.
I just wanted to report that the pet cactors are resting safely away from the main festivities. I asked another chaperone to keep an eye on them. I cannot apologize enough for the trouble I caused.
Yes, well, I am glad to have this matter settled quietly. My lovely ladies were quite frightened. That being said, speaking as one who has seen his fair share of dancers, your pets have star potential, my dear Mimija.
Truly, perhaps I should have them formally trained.
You're not seriously going to encourage that behavior, are you? Lest you forget, it was pure coincidence that we found a peaceable solution through the use of our Uchiwa. Were something like this to happen again, that luck may not hold.
Surely you don't mean... I've learned my lesson, I swear it. As soon as we're home, I'll ensure they're trained to stay at my side at all times.
That's all I ask. Incidentally, did you notice anything that might have served as a catalyst to their cavorting?
No, I'm afraid not. I was away at the time, you see.
I thought it quite strange myself. One moment they were downing their wine like sailors, and the next it was as though they were possessed by some manner of wicked spirit. They were drinking wine, my lord. And what a fine vintage it was. I was delighted to be in like-minded company. Oh, the great conversation we could have had, if only they could speak.
Mimija, I can't believe I'm asking this, but is wine safe for cactors? How should I know? I've only ever given them the finest spring water from the mountains of Corthus myself.
So, they were just drunk. Bah, they barely had a cup full each. And besides, it's not like I poured the stuff down their throats, did I? Alright, look, perhaps sharing a bottle wasn't the best of ideas, but how was I to know they couldn't hold a drink? Personally, I'm just glad the mystery's been put to rest, and seeing as Mimaj has learned her lesson, I dare say we won't be seeing a repeat of this incident.
Well, just in case someone else gives wine to other cactors, I'll be sure to let the chaperone team know to reach for an Uchiwa rather than a weapon.
That would be much appreciated. Popiano, now let us return to the festival. The Adventurers Guild won't promote itself, you know. As for you, Elita, on behalf of the entire chaperone team, I thank you. Enjoy the remainder of the event, and don't be a stranger, alright? Glad to see that things have settled back into the usual rhythm around here. You'll be sticking around, I hope. The fun's only just begun. With the Cocteau crisis under control, the festival is proceeding apace. Enjoy yourself, my friend. If you have yet to attempt the Origin Nimble Warrior course, I highly recommend it. That's some fine scattering. I can guess by the look on your face you're wondering why in the hells I'm standing around here, getting blasted by the sun with his equipment on. Well, if you must know, I'm hoping to see an experienced veteran take on the course in some exceedingly dangerous manner. Heh, you can't fool me. You're a cut above the amateurs around here. Why not challenge yourself? I'll see if you can make it halfway through the course blind. Bullshit. Ah, fuck that. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know how I'm avoiding all this. Try not to fall through! No, I am not going to attempt to get up there. Oh, it looks like you make the jump, you land on there. But yeah, let's not do that. I have quests to do. Kupopo is eyeing you with approval.
Ah, I see you've been diligent in your training, Elita. You look more confident than that with that magic brush on your back and exude the aura of a proficient pictomancer. Kupo! I can readily tell these things, for I once travelled with a pair of pictomancers after all. Your soul crystal used to belong to one of them, in fact. His name was Janquitalaque, and he was an exemplar of our art. The other was Janquitaque's apprentice, a girl named Beru. Despite having seen only 16 summers, she's already an accomplished pictomancer, and she's a friend of mine who's missing, Kupo. I'd love to meet Jaquetaque someday. I'm afraid that's not possible. He passed away some time ago, Kupo. Beruru thought of him as a grandfather. Even now she must be feeling so terribly alone. That's why I want to find her and make amends. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to learn anything about where she might have gone. But I won't give up. In hopes of picking up Beruru's trail, I will retrace my journeys with her and aid those in need along the way. I'm glad you like the plan. Now, you'll want to bundle up extra warm because our first stop will be in Corthus. Camp Dragonhead to be precise. Shall we? But it's cold, Kupo. Just like when I visited with Janquitalique and Beruru. Beruru had never seen snow before, and she was a picture of glee. She rolled up a snowball and threw it at me with all her might. Then she threw another, and soon I found myself in dire straits. Oh, I am in dire straits. Yes, just so. I found myself buried in dire straits. Wait a moment. What are you doing here, Mr. Heaver?
Well now, what a curious coincidence that we should cross paths here. I have come to the camp as an emissary for Gridania. Alas, my Ishgardian counterpart with whom I was to meet was wounded during a training exercise prior to my arrival. I tended to him as best I could, but I'm afraid the outlook is grim.
Oh dear, are his injuries that grave?
Well, the injury itself wasn't life-threatening. The resulting wound has soured. A poison courses through his body, against which my magics are ineffective, and now he burns from a terrible fever. Just this moment I recalled a treatment that would purge the impurity, but it requires the horn of a rare heart beast, and I have no skill in hunting.
That sounds like a job for a promising pictomancer. Elita here can find this heart beast and take it down with a few swift brushstrokes.
You would aid me again? Your kindness knows no bounds. would be prudent to question the garrison about the heart beast. The creatures are rare, but the knights may have sighted one during their patrols.
Perfect! We'll have that horn ready in no time. Helping others on one's travels, this, my friend, is the essence of pictomancy.
Heartbeasts are skittish and barely linger in one place for long, but God's willing the knights can send you in the right direction.
Ah, Elita, you are welcome here. Is there aught you require? I see. Yours is an elusive quarry indeed. As it happens, though, a comrade of mine chanced upon a heart beast by the steel vigil only just yesterday. With luck, it might still be there. If you head to the steel vigil, you may find the heart beast my comrade sighted the other day. I wish you good hunting. You cast your gaze across the snowy hillside, but observe nothing of note. You spy a horned silhouette by the entrance to the Weeping Saint. A heartbeat, perhaps? I've already said that. You have returned. Please tell me you've obtained a heartbeat horn. A rare horn possessing potent antidotal properties. Yes, this is the horn. I cannot thank you enough.
I shall use it to prepare an infusion for the ailing knight at once.
What did you have here than so neat? Well done, Elita. I hadn't expected to aid the same person twice, but the road is full of surprises, and the Pictomans are prosperous from every experience. Why the strong emphasis on helping others? Unlike paint on a canvas, the images a Pictomancer creates are ephemeral, yet they can make a lasting difference and change someone's fate for the better. As a medium for magic, our works have the power to help, and helping is precisely what Archon Realm intended our art to be used for. By the way, you've been to Ishgard before, yes? Looking back on your first visit, what emotions and sensations have remained with you most strongly? The sorrow of those caught in an unending war. Yours was an arduous journey indeed, Kupol. I can scarcely imagine just how difficult your trials must have been. But it's because you've seen the horrors of war, I think, that you understand the plight of the powerless, who always suffer the most. Thank you for sharing this with me, Elita. To hear what's important to you inspires me to be hopeful, Kupol. Now, as I did back in Draconia, I'll make inquiries here about my friend, Beruru. Until it's time for us to move on, I bid you keep up your training. Kupopo is examining you a little too closely. Oh-ho! The maddened glint in your eyes, the abysmal posture of one who has pronounced too many works in far too little time. I can tell you've been training hard, Kupo! Your aura, too, has burgeoned since last we spoke, lending you the mysterious mien of an artist undergoing a wild and wonderful evolution. You think I'm making this up, do you? That I'm stringing together vaguely relevant, affirming words? Oh, ye of little faith! Thank the matron. Exactly, Kupol. We should thank the matron for... Wait. All the best to Nofika and her bounties? But why are we thanking her? I thank the matron we may speak before you depart, of course. I have someone here who wishes to express his gratitude. Our Asgardian friend has made a full recovery, and thanks to the horn it's all thanks to the horns you brought. Your selfless actions have saved my life. I know not how I can ever repay you. No need for that, Kupol. To see you hale and whole is repayment enough. I am given to understand that you are searching for someone, a travelling painter. Indeed I am. Her name is Beruru, and she's my very best friend. Moved by your endeavour, I took a liberty of making inquiries among my comrades. Alas, none recall having seen such an individual. As patrolling the border is one of our chief duties, we would have noted if your friend passed through. My apologies, we could not be of aid. I see. Still, to have confirmation that Baru wasn't here is helpful. Thank Thank you, Kupo.
'Twas the least I could do for my saviors. Now we must attend to our next meeting. But I wish you the best on your journey ahead.
Ruby. We may not have found any clues here, but with some luck, we'll find her at our next destination, Kugani. Getting there, however, will prove a challenge, unless you visited the Far East before, Elita. Wonderful! That makes our lives much easier, Kupo. Now listen closely. I have here a lovingly crafted and blessed, breathable hemping sack. I want you to stuff me inside and teleport me to Kugani with you. You needn't gulp. It's a well-considered request. While I may not be replete with teleportations animal like you, I can tag along as one of your belongings. So stuff me in the sack. I can take it, Kupo.
You're now carrying a Koopa-sized sack. You print to handle your burden with utmost care until such time as you reach Kugani. Okay, it's time to never complete this quest and have a Moogle permanently stuffed in a bag. Camilla slumbers inside this heavy sack, snug as a grub in the sun. Oh.
The Koopa-sized sack is wiggling vigorously. Ah, what a peaceful nap that was, Koopa. And I see we've arrived safely in Kugani. This city is as impossibly picturesque as ever. Why, when I first arrived here with Baruru and Janquetuthque, I thought we were in a waking dream, Kupo. We were all fascinated by Far Eastern art, especially by the bright, bold presentation of ukiyo prints. It was a treat to view so many pieces up close. What of you, Elita? What do you recall most vividly about your first visit here? My first time here. How excited I was to travel to distant lands. So were we, Kupo. Everything felt fresh and fascinating, Baru was so taken with the scenery, she climbed to the highest rooftops she could to behold the city in all its splendor. In a way, I was coming back home. Immersing ourselves in different cultures stirs the heart and broadens the mind like few other things can. Right then, I'd like to begin searching for Baru, and I think the tea house would be a good place to start. The proprietors ought to be able to
strike down this hapless fool.
Precisely, Kupo. The proprietors ought to be able to strike down this Wait, who's getting struck down? Hold on a moment, there's a soul in need of aid. Ahem, what troubles you, good sir?
Oh, turbulent tides take me. I am an art dealer from Ulda, and you see, I came to Kugani to sell a masterpiece I acquired in Eorzea. But nearly a day before we arrived, and we were engulfed by a terrible storm. We rocked and rolled, barely able to keep the ship from capsizing, and in the chaos, the crate containing my precious piece was cast into the rolling waves.
That's terrible, Kupo. Is there any chance it can be found?
Assuming it wasn't dragged into the fathomless depths, the sailors tell me the crate has likely drifted into the Ruby Sea. Confederate's waters. No one is willing to go and search for me.
I believe it's your time to shine again, Elita. You can help this poor fellow, yes?
I can go out there and search for it. Well, acquainted with the pirates, you say? If you could speak with them about my crate, I would be grateful beyond words.
The Confederate pirates on Sakazuki keep a close watch of the nearby waters. If anyone has seen the crate in question, it would be them. Do 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 do.
Ah, what good fortune to meet such well-connected adventurers so far from home. I shall pray to the traders for good tidings.
You know who I am. While you explore the Ruby Sea, I'm going to fly about town and see if any passerbys have spotted Baru. Good luck to us both, Kupo. Here we go again. Do, 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 do.
Let's have that auto for a moment. Aren't you the... never mind. Oh ho! If it is our friend Elita! What brings you back to these parts? Business with Rasho and Tansui, perhaps? A crate containing a piece of art. As a matter of fact, we fished something like that out of the water not long ago. But as you well know, the Ruby Seas are our territory, and anything the tides deliver to us is ours by right. We cannot just hand it over. But we owe so much to Elita. Aye, I haven't forgotten. That being the case, why don't we make it interesting and have a friendly contest for the crate?
Challenge accepted.
That's the spirit. We'll make it simple. Hunting ogre crabs. Both sides will get the same amount of bait. The person who can catch more crabs is the winner.
Alright then. Once you've used up your bait, bring the shells to me as proof. I'll be waiting.
Perfect. Let the contest begin.
Always in a rush, that one. You need to only lay your bait by the shore and dispatch any ogre crabs that take it. When you've no bait left, come back and show me the shells you've collected from your kills. The ogre crabs should appear if you scatter the bait by the water. Hunt as many of them as you can for their shells, and bring those to me. Aside from being far from water, there's nearly a hiding place for crabs at these outcroppings. This does not seem a promising spot to scatter bait. We spy a trail of tiny tracks in the sand. Perhaps this is a good spot to use the bait. A small meaty morsel made from an ogre crab's favourite shellfish. Peering into the water, you spot a bounty of shellfish. Favourite of crabs, this might be a prime location for baiting your quarry. Still fumbling about with that bait? Well, you best hurry. I've already handed in my shells. Oh, you brought the shells. I'll take them off your hands then. And the winner is... Elita, and it's not even close. Congratulations. Good show, Elita. I expected nothing less from you. I'm a man of my word, so the crate's yours. Though, it was just a friendly game. It was a privilege to go up against you. I'll be sure to tell everyone about it. Yes, thank you for humouring us. I hope that crate is what the merchant's after. Ogre crab shells are light and durable, ideal for crafting armour. That's to say, they're good for a bit of coin. Again, I appreciate you indulging my competitive spirit. I'll be bragging about it to all my friends for days to come. Welcome back, people. How fared the search? Ah, you have returned. Were you able to find my crate? Despite its long journey across the Ruby Sea, the stamped crate remains in one piece. Oh, traders be praised, this is the very crate I lost, and it's still intact. You truly are a godsend, adventurer. Words fail to express my gratitude. It's impressive indeed that you could track down the crate. Excellent work, Elita. Remind me, what was in this crate again? A painting? After having been adrift for so long, I hope it hasn't been ruined. Judging by its condition, I want to believe all is well, but let us see. Oh, that looks nice. Thank the traders. Tis unharmed. And here I thought I had packaged it excessively. Pluck my palm! That's one of Draconia pieces. Coupeau!
Oh, you've a keen eye indeed. This is the work of the travelling artist, Janquitaqui, painted in the winter of his years. I purchased it a few moons ago from a young lady who was his apprentice.
Baruru, Kupo, I've been searching all over for her. Do you know where she was?
Oh, she was a friend of yours, I take it.
Please, tell me everything you know. Where you met, where she might be now. Everything.
I don't know how to say this, but from what I heard, your friend has passed on. She has come to Ul'dah to sell a small trove of Jaquitalique's paintings. His works are extremely rare, so it caused quite a stir among art dealers. Expensive though the pieces were, it didn't take long for her to sell them all, and once she had, she disappeared. Her belongings were apparently strewn about her inn-room, yet there was nary a sign of foul play. None have seen her since, and 'tis rumoured she found a quiet place to end her life.
No, I knew Janquitaq's death left a void in her heart, but Baruru wouldn't have. She couldn't have.
This is a rumour, nothing more. We don't know anything for certain.
But...
Forgive me, it was not my intent to cause you distress with these grim tidings. 'Twas because of them, in fact, this piece failed to sell in Eorzea. Thus did I bring it all the way to the Far East, hoping to find a buyer here instead. Now, it isn't much, but please accept this as a token of my gratitude. With that, I must take my leave of you, and go meet with a prospective client. I'm sorry, Elita.
I'm sorry, Elita. You did well. You did. But if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a while. Kupo? Stay safe, little one. Kupo makes no attempt to hide his sorrow. Oh, it's you, Kupo. What is it? I wanted to see how you were faring. That's very kind of you, Kupo. Truth be told, I'm still struggling to come to terms. If Baruru truly has left this world, it means that
I wasn't too late, thank goodness.
That's, if only, Kupo, if only. Oh, it's you, Mr. Art Dealer. What brings you back to us?
I conclude my business here and shall return to Ul'dah, but before I take ship, I wish to speak with you again. Tis plain your friend's fate weighs heavily on your mind. If you wish to know the truth for certainty, I should be glad to introduce someone who deals in information.
You think this person might know what became of Baruru?
Oh yes, this man makes it his business to know everyone else is in Ul'dah, At the very least, he should be able to tell you if your friend yet lives. He also happens to owe me a favour, so I shall personally ask him to assist you. Once you arrive in Ul'dah, head to Emerald Avenue and look for a bespectacled man with a self-satisfied grin. That will be him. Now then, it's time I boarded my vessel. Farewell, my friends, and best of luck in your search for the truth.
I want to know, Elita. Desperately. But at the same time, I'm so scared. Kupo, if Baru really is gone.
You mustn't lose hope.
Shining the light of hope for me, are you? You've grown so much a Pictomancer. Thank you. With you at my side, I feel I can press on and face whatever comes, Kupo. Right, let's head to Ul'dah. We'll do it the same way as the journey here. You teleporting with me in a sack. A sack of Kupo, a sack of Kupo. I have a sack of Kupo. There we go. Kupo pulls slippers inside his hempen sack, snug as a grub in the soil. Whew, that was a lovely little nap, and just like that, we've arrived. The towering cityscape, the dry desert air mingling with the scent of Gil. There's no mistaking Ul'dah. Now then, we should find the fellow who deals in information, Kupo. And I believe I have that bespectacled man there, with the grin, that does indeed bespeak unwavering confidence.
Well, well, if it ain't the pair the art dealer called about.
You can tell who we are just like that. You really do know things, Kupo.
Well, there's not many people that look like a fairy and a Moogle going around together. Aye, well, that's true enough. But to be fair, I'd have to be blind as a bat to miss a Moogle travelling with the saviour of the Bleeding Realm and then some. I understand you're looking for a friend.
That's right. Her name is Biraru, and she was last seen in Ul'dah. If you know anything about what became of her, you must tell me, Kupo.
Don't get your palm in a twist. I'll oblige your burning curiosity. It was about half a year past that Biraru came to Ul'dah. She brought with her 8 of Draconia's paintings, which she put up for sale. She sold the lot within a matter of weeks, and with the small fortune she made, she went and bought herself accommodations at the ossuary.
No, that can't be right.
Afraid it is, my furry friend. Now, it bears stressing that being interred in the city is not an inexpensive proposition. Hardly surprising, given the limited space what's left. But she made the donation to the ossuary up front and full, an amount most folk will never see in their lifetimes.
Well, what did you do after that?
That remains a mystery. Her room at the inn was found neat and tidy. You wouldn't have known she'd been there if not for some personal belongings left behind. Among those, the greatest of interest was a set of travelling gear, a coin purse containing a payment for the room, and a letter what said she wasn't coming back. Finding it all a bit odd, the innkeep called the Brass Blades to investigate, but the evidence led him to conclude she was voluntarily missing, and likely dead by her own hand.
Then Beru really is gone.
That's what they think. But who's to say, eh? There's only one way to be certain, I reckon. According to a priest who oversees burials, Beru's coffin is stored in Everlig's burial chamber over by the ossuary. You have to open it up and see what's there, or isn't, with your own eyes.
I'll go there at once, Kupo.
And off he flies. You should go after him, depending on what's weight any he'll need support. I'm sorry, but that is out of the question.
I beg you, Kupo. It would only be a little peek.
That does not make it any less of an act of defilement. We cannot allow you to disturb the dead.
Elita, this priest says we can't check Beru's coffin. Please explain the situation to him.
So, that's the way of it. While I am not unsympathetic to your plight, a coffin may only be opened in exceptional circumstances, and with the permission of family, which you are not. I'm sorry, but I must ask that you leave me in peace. I have my hands full with other pressing matters.
Oh, and what matters might those be, if I may ask?
In order to address the shortage of burial space in the city, works have been underway to expand Erol's burial chamber downwards. Alas, the excavators inadvertently unleashed a horde of zombies from an unmapped ruin, and it's fallen to me to deal with them.
Oh, this sounds like another opportunity for Elita to put her pictomancy to work.
Pictomancy? You mean the art created by the fabled Archon Realm, who roamed the land lending aid to those in need?
None other, Kupo. The matter of the tomb can wait. Let's tend to these zombies first.
Why, I should be most grateful. The zombies have taken to prowling the Silde excavation site in central Thanalan. Please see that those tormented souls finally know rest.
Those zombies will be no match for your brushstrokes, Kupo.
You will not have any difficulty locating the zombies at the Silda excavation site. Grant them the peace they deserve, please. Shush. There's bunnies up there. Moon bunnies!
Easy peasy. Meow, 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 meow. Those zombies will be no match for your brush strokes, Kupo.
The zombies have been dealt with? Wonderful. You have my heartfelt thanks, good Pictomancer. While you were away, I spoke further with Kupopo about his relationship with Mistress Beru. I understand now that they were as family to one another. In light of this, and also in recognition of your service, I will allow you to examine her coffin. If you would follow me. This is the one. If you are ready, I shall open it. Very well.
Please don't let it be her. What? What is this, Kupo?
A painting.
Yes, we can all see that, and I recognize it as well. This is Quetzalcoatl's final work, the Ephemeral Palace. Why was this painting in the casket? And if Beru isn't here, then where could she possibly be?
I'm afraid no one in the Order knows where she has gone. Several moons ago, Mrs. Beru came to us unannounced.
Pardon me, is anyone there?
Greetings, my child. Are you come to pay your respects?
No, I was told I could purchase a tomb here.
Ahem, tombs are bestowed upon pious souls who make a donation, yes.
Oh, I see. In that case, I wish to make a donation. My master's paintings fetched a high price, so I believe I have sufficient funds. Would it be possible to have the tomb prepared immediately?
In that manner did she secure burial rights, and so we set about making the necessary arrangements. When all was in readiness, she requested a moment alone in the chamber, so I waited outside the entrance. When she did not emerge after a time, I went back in to check on her, only to find that she was gone. There was only this painting and a handwritten note instructing us to inter it.
Are you saying Beru vanished into thin air?
As far as I could tell, As you can see, there is only one entrance to this chamber. I organized a large-scale search, thinking she might have wandered into the lower levels, or even those under excavation. Yet still we found nothing. At length, the search was called off, and without answers, what else could I do but fulfill her final wish? I placed the painting within the coffin, where it has remained ever since.
Curiouser and curiouser, Kupo.
That's everything I know. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you more. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return to my duties.
Yes, of course. Come on then, let's head back outside. Entering Draconia painting and vanishing without a trace. I'm not sure what to make of Baru's actions, Kupo. What about you, Elita? Do you have any thoughts?
Draconia's painting must be the key to this puzzle.
I hope so, Kupo, because if the painting can't help us find answers, then I have no idea where we go from here. I suppose it's back to the search. I'm going to take some time to ponder things and see if I can't think of other leads to pursue. Meanwhile, please continue to train. Think colourful thoughts, keep your brush arm supple, and come find me when you feel your artist aura has grown further. Kupo! Kupo heartily nods in your general direction. Why, Elita, I can tell you've been applying yourself to your training. Oh yes, the enigmatic aura of an accomplished artist is unmistakable, and put in mind of Draconia as he was in his prime, Kupo. Now then, imagine a great big canvas that has yet to receive even a single drop of paint. That, unfortunately, is the state of my search for Baru. I couldn't find any new clues as to her whereabouts, and I'm at a loss as to what to do next.
Why did you two have a fallen out in the first place?
I was reluctant to disclose the events of that fateful day, but perhaps I should have. Let us speak of the very root of our troubles, the argument that led Baru and I going our separate ways. On that day, the two of us returned to Limsa Laminza after a journey, the first without Draconia's company. Old age and long years on the roads had taken their toll, and we had made the difficult decision to leave him in the care of a sanatorium. With a smile on his face as he lay abed, he had wished us well in our coming adventure, and reminded Baru that she mustn't... Could it be? Yes, it must! Baru has become part of the painting. I don't blame you for being confused. I promise to make everything clear soon, Kupo. Elita, you've been the best student I could have hoped for. You trained diligently, aided those in need, and kept your promise to me. I can't rightly ask more of you, but this thing I'm about to do I'm afraid I must. I beg you, lend me your strength one last time, Koopa. Come and meet me at the Jadeite Flood. I'll be waiting. Okay, Google has gone crazy. There we go. There you are, Elita. I know you have many questions. Allow me to explain everything, Koopa. It took a few pretty pleases, but I convinced the ossuary priest to let us borrow the painting. Baru inherited it and other works from Draconia after he passed away. On the day of our argument, Baru and I returned from our first journey together, as I said. But when we arrived at the sanatorium to see how Draconia had fared in our absence, all that awaited us was a few of his paintings and personal belongings. A foul fiend had found its way into the faculty a few days prior. Seeking to protect his fellow patients, Draconia confronted and vanquished the beast, but the exertion proved too much. Baru and I were devastated. If only we had returned sooner, taken a quicker route, or not wasted as much time, Draconia might still be alive. Such thoughts tormented us, Koopa. Baru took it the hardest, for she had lost her only family. She clung to me and wept like a child with her doll. And I, in a moment of poor judgment, said something foolish. I told her that she needn't depend on me so, that she could stand on her own 2 feet as a pictomancer, and that she should. She shoved me away in anger. One unkind word led to another. We shouted at each other till our throats were hoarse. When there was nothing left to say, she stormed off alone, cradling Dracoinia's paintings in her arms. The rest you know. Sometime after, she journeyed to Oda, sold the paintings for the funds to purchase her tomb, and then vanished. For so long I've been unable to understand what she was thinking, and where she might have gone, but the answer was right under our noses, Koopa. You see, Baru possessed such a vivid imagination that she could bring any of her thoughts to life. As this rare gift allowed her not only to recreate but reshape, Draconia made her promise that she would never use her powers to alter a living being. But in her grief, she did just that. She made herself one with this painting. It's hard to believe, I know, but the painting itself tells the tale. Once it exuded warmth and whimsy, now it is enshrouded in a stifling pall of sorrow. And this brings me to my request. Using my own magics, I want to enter the painting and save Baru, but I don't know if I can do it alone. Can I rely on your aid, Elita? You can count on me, but I'm not sure I could go into the painting. I'm in your debt. Be warned, the painting will be a world where one's imagination is made manifest. That's to say, anything can happen. So see to it that you are fully prepared, Koopa.
I'll probably look at this painting. And best equipped.
All set to dive into the painting, Kubo? Ready when you are. Looks like we made it, Cooper.
The Grand Cosmos? But how?
Oh? Is this senior familiar to you? You've been to such a place in another world. The mere thought of it boggles the mind, Cooper. As I recall, Draconia saw this opulent palace in a dream, and was inspired to recreate it on canvas. Perhaps his arcane affinity allowed him to visit worlds beyond our own, in his sleep, or perhaps someone from that world sent him the vision, Cooper. Regardless, we are undoubtedly within the painting. Baru must be here somewhere. Let's go, Elita. So many paintings, Cooper. I have a bad feeling about this. Is this the idea of a welcome? How about them, Elita? Those monsters, they are muses giving to life by pixemancy. Bendu, where are you? You were rejected, but I was uncontented with them. Like that in Draconia, be careful, Rita. Answer me, Bear. Bear. It's me, Kupopo. I've come for you. You've come for me. No one would do that. No one. Master Gianquettleque is gone because of me. Because I was too late. You mustn't say that, Baruru. You're not to blame. Even Kupopo has abandoned me, my only friend. It isn't true. I'll always be your friend no matter what. Please, Baruru, please come back to me.
She belongs to me, and you have no place here.
Master Gianquettleque? No, you're just shade born of the imagination.
That you should call me a shade, Kupopo. Such insolence cannot be borne.
The real Gianquettleque would never harm Kupopo.
A Pictomancer, one in possession of my soul crystal no less. An imitation, you are no match for the master you aspire to be.
My imagination is my own, and is more than a match for yours.
Bold words, but you will soon be made to know the true power of Pictomancy. Here, within my masterwork, imagination dictates reality. I shall paint the finishing touches in shades of your terror.
Elita, your imagination triumphed over his. Boo! Wake up, boo! Come on now, you stubborn fool of a Lalafell, snap out of it! Kupopo, what are you doing here? We came to bring you back, Kupopo. We've been looking all over for you. I never thought that anyone would come after me in painting. Elita, was it? Thank you for accompanying Kupopo on his journey. It's a Pictomancer's duty to help others. Indeed, Master Janquetokwe taught me the very same, and I strove to live up to our duty. But I couldn't save him. I couldn't save the man who raised me. It's not your fault, Baruru. Even the brightest, most imaginative minds can't predict the future, Kupo. Why are you even here, trying to be nice after everything you said? My best friend, and you abandoned me when I needed you, told me to make my own way. You know why I said what I said, Kupo? I'm not real. No matter how much I wish it, I can't remain by your side forever. Like the Janquetokwe we defeated, I'm a product of Pictomancy, your imaginary friend and nothing more. It isn't uncommon for children to have imaginary friends. They create us in their minds to help cope with their struggles. But children grow up, and when they do, we disappear, Kupo. You don't have to disappear, though. I painted you into being, my very first creation. Just like I painted Master Janquetokwe, so I could fix my mistake, and so I wouldn't be alone. Pictomancers can do wonderful things by bringing our imagination to life. You bring hope to those in need, Kupo. This Elita learned through her journey. And so did you, Baruru. But no matter how harsh reality may be, a Pictomancer isn't meant to paint over it, Kupo. Rather than escape reality, we're meant to give people the courage to face it. But how can I, when those who matter most to me are gone? In giving hope to others, you'll find hope of your own. Giving hope to others is a Pictomancer. Perhaps Perhaps I can find the strength to stand on my own by holding them in my heart.
Come here and let me hug you, damn it.
You will, Kupo. You absolutely will. And you'll be just fine. Safe in the knowledge that I can now take my leave, Kupo. Farewell, Elita. It was a joy to journey with you. Farewell, Baru. You're my dearest friend, and you always will be. Elita. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Thank you for helping Kupopo to find and save me. When he faded away, a warm and comforting ether flowed into my body. The magic I had used to create him, I think. In that instant, the memories he shared with you became mine. The shade of the shroud, the chill of Corythus, the brilliance of Kugani, the two of you travelled far. I felt Kupopo's desperation as he searched for me, his yearning for our days on the road with Master Janquetalque, and his happiness at having found a friend in you. But what of you, Elita? How did you find the journey? Kupopo was a wonderful travel companion. Kupopo will be glad to hear that, and I am too. It means a lot to know that someone else will remember him fondly. I saw my first Moogle here, you know. The way it danced through the air, so full of life and joy. What child wouldn't have wanted a friend like that? I knew I could create him again. Recall the feeling and image and paint him anew. But I won't, because as the two of you have taught me, parting isn't the end. Thank you, Elita, for everything you've done for both Kupopo and me. From here, I will set out another journey as a Pictomancer. Wherever I go, I vow to paint a path of hope, as Master Janquetalque once did, and just as you will continue to do, I'm sure. Okay, thank you all for watching. Bye for now. Mwah.